Hi everyone, my name is MadMatt Lugos. Welcome back to Death Stranding. So last time we made our way, or scrambled our way across to Mountain, not City, where we met Mama's sister Lockne, who really didn't want anything to do with us, or anything to do with the UCA or bridges, and believes spreading the chiral network is a bad thing. After that I proceeded to climb back over the mountains to try and get back across this side. We found Hartman's lab, but we couldn't get in. Obviously that'll be part of a quest later, which is a little annoying. But I scrambled my way over the mountains. I met some weird, unique BT that was like covered in fire or like orange strands or something that I couldn't defeat. Lost a bunch of the stuff I was carrying to the BTs and had to get my way out of there pretty sharpish. Bit annoyed that I didn't take a floating carrier so I could like snowboard back down the mountain, which would have been really fun. And we were heading back to Mama's lab.
Get it done.
But in the meantime, what I had been doing, just so you know, I haven't played the game for like a week and a half. I decided to just take a little break from it. I'd recorded a lot of episodes, and you know, try to ease myself out of my drone syndrome a little bit. But before I stopped playing, what I did do.
Don't mind me.
Sorry, wrong button. I've been building roads. So I got back down here to the Timefall farm. I made my way back across to South Knot, recovered my stamina, my health and everything. And then I'd been storing up ceramics and metals and all the supplies needed to make roads. So I just went and collected as much of it as possible with a big truck and built the road all the way to the distro centre north of Mountain Knot. So I'd been saving all this stuff. I had to pinch some chiral crystals from a few of the locations we've been at. So yeah, goes all the way here. It gets us around the mule camp, and then this is where the chiral network finishes here, because we don't have whichever prepper is there. But what did happen though, annoyingly, I was just running around collecting stuff, and all of a sudden I got a call from Mama. So I'll just I managed to hit record just in time. I think it cut the beginning off, so I'll just show you that now.
My fault. I kept the truth from Lockne, and it cost us our relationship. I need to see her. Will you take me there?
What about the kid? What happens if you leave?
I know. But this thing's bigger than us now. Come back to my lab.
So Mama said that she needs to speak to her sister, basically, her twin sister. So I'm guessing that involves transporting her in a body bag all the way to Mountain Knot City. So my original plan, I had like a whole plan. I was basically, what I wanted to do, I wanted to come back across to the Timefall farm, and I wanted to build, before I picked up Mama, I wanted to build a whole network of zip lines getting across the mountain. Like, I was really looking forward to it, and then I realised as I got to the Timefall farm, you need bandwidth to do it, so I can't do it basically until I have whatever preppers are here. Which was a bit gutting, so we'll have to use the road. But what I'll just show you, I know an interesting path to get back now. You get vehicles across across that big wide river. It's a lot easier to get a truck across because that goes a bit higher. But you can get bikes across. There's a shallow part. You can get around the mule camp. Some people have built zip lines, but I've built some generators there so we can get across with the bike, no problem. But what I wanted to do just at the beginning of this episode, I don't know how long or what I'm going to discover, but I wanted to try out the fragile jump and fast travel back to the first area, because we got a bunch of interesting messages that you would have seen if you watched my library episode where I was just reading everything. And there was a lot of mention of these cards, these weird spirits, these like that are made of light. They don't look like BTs that are shown up in a few areas back there. There was one, I believe, by the incinerator, and there was one by Central Knot City. So I just want to... I've not used the fast travel yet, as weird as that sounds. I don't like using fast travel in games like this, so I haven't used the fast travel once, so I don't know if that might have some sort of... that might unlock a quest with Fragile. It might... I don't know what it might do, so I'm very interested to see how that works out. So I'm just going to show you me getting back across the river wherever I built. Where did I build my generators? Oh, they're way over that side. But yeah, so I want to go back. I want to maybe... I'd like to 5-star all of the preppers or whatever back in that first area, because I feel like we're going to get some good level 3 stuff. I think we'll get a level 3 trike, which will be useful, particularly for transporting Mama over to her sister. So it might be a bit choppy, just the beginning of this episode, depending on what I end up doing over there. So you just have to forgive me getting used to the controls again, because I've been recording a lot of Witcher 3 stuff in the meantime. So alright, we're there, beeps. That's a pretty efficient way of getting across. I imagine it's a lot easier to zip line across. But yeah, that's how we get across there. So we're going to just nip back to Lockne and Fragile jump back to the original. If we can, I'm not sure if we can, but if we can, I'm going to go back and I'm going to investigate these light sources, these weird spirits that have shown up in a few areas. Okay, careful. And I'll ditch all these PCCs that I bought that I wanted to build zip lines over the mountain with, which I was very upset about, because I was really looking forward to showing you guys that, if I would have been able to build it over the mountain. But we'll be able to do it eventually, just we have to unlock all the Chiral network areas, don't we? So people do seem to build a lot of pointless bridges. Maybe they're just messing around, I don't know. So what I wanted to do as well, guys, because I feel like we're approaching the final third of the game, I want to say, the final act. I feel like we're maybe 2/3 of the way through, perhaps. I could be very wrong. But as I realise now that this map that we've got is the full map of the United States, just like a truncated version of it. So like this is the whole United States, and each area represents a state, which I suspected but I wasn't sure of. You can still correct me on that if I'm wrong. Or it might be a portion of the United States. I'm not sure. Central. Oh no, this is the central part of America, right? Because it says the central region, doesn't it? I've not counted how many of these there are, but I think each area is supposed to represent a state. So, but yeah, what I wanted to do, I wanted to get some crazy theories out of my mind. Because I've got a bunch of crazy theories that I just want to put out there. None of them are probably true, but I like to speculate. So please don't just go, Matt, none of that's true. Just because, you know, I like to speculate. I like to yeah, I like to speculate, so we'll go into the private room and then I'll share some of my wacky ideas. One thing that I just wanted to touch on was the possible idea that some of the things we're experiencing, some elements of the story, perhaps the whole story, we might be dealing with parts of Sam's imagination. Just because some things seem to be related to his experience, right? And so one thing I just want to touch on is the potential trauma in Sam's backstory to do with that picture that we've really seen maybe 3 or 4 times. We saw it right at the start of the game. We saw it when he fell asleep on the boat ride over to Lake Knot City with Fragile. The picture of him with Bridget and that mysterious pregnant woman who had her face blurred out. So if we presume that that was maybe Sam's partner who was pregnant with his child, which might not be true, and then maybe she died, maybe she became a still mother, maybe he lost the baby. And then if that's the case, then we have a lot of parallels to Unger. So the whole kind of carrying his BB on his stomach, the imagery of him with the cesarean scar or the scar on his stomach, it all could be some kind of post-traumatic stress kind of hallucination or imagery to do with the fact that he lost a child and maybe lost his partner as well. The thing about Bridget and Amelie both kind of being the same person, and maybe Bridget is Amelie and Amelie's maybe a figment of Sam's imagination, perhaps, because we've never even seen her in person. It's the same voice actress, right? And it's kind of the same character model, except Bridget was aged. And Unger might be like a kind of representation of a different side of Sam's personality, was what I was thinking. This whole kind of story of someone whose child is taken away from him against his will, whose wife dies. Kind of, if that picture, if the description of the story from the picture is as I've said, that draws a lot of parallels to Sam. So yeah, that was my main crazy idea about maybe some of the elements of this story are in Sam's head. Maybe this is some kind of grand hallucination or something, but it's very unlikely. It was just a fun idea I had, and because I was thinking about Amelie's necklace, whatever it was called, the Q something, and how, because it's a very personal thing, yet it's so integral to the story. Maybe it's such a personal thing because it is more to do with Sam than it is to do with reality. Okay, so let's go for a fragile jump. Can we go to the... Yeah, we can't go to Capital Knot. So we can go to the... so Eastern region. So there will be a Western region. Okay. The Central region seems to be the main bit, though. So yeah, I'm going to jump to Capital Knot. And I'm going to try and max out as many of these as possible, because we'll get some extra equipment for it, and I'm going to investigate the cars, as they've been called in the mail. All currently carried cargo will be placed in this facility's private locker. Are you sure you want to perform a jump? Yes, I am.
Ready to take the plunge?
Yes, I am.
So, the only things you can bring with you is yourself. And maybe a few other trinkets that are really important to you. Okay, close your eyes. Picture your destination. Hold it in your mind.
That can't feel good. Okay, so wasn't much story to it. Oh, we've got some new little figurines. Dude, yeah, chill out. Nightmares and memories. Revisit some nightmares of battle. It was World War One. Go to the battlefield. No thanks. I do not want to do that boss fight again. Is that what you mean? Okay, so there wasn't anything contextual really with that, was there? So, okay, so what I need to do first in the mail So it should be from the guy. Oh, what's the guy's name from here? We're at Central Knot, so it should be from Central Knot, right? Yes. A weird glowing object in Capital Knot City. Hey Sam, you heard the latest rumours out of Capital Knot City? People have been seeing some kind of weird glowing thing up on the rooftops near the isolation ward. Seems it's a car, the part of a human that doesn't turn into a BT. That's what people are saying anyway. Apparently they were a common sight back in the old days, back before the Stranding, I mean. Story goes that they were lost souls wandering around. One of my pals tried to take a closer look, see what's what, but he couldn't find anything. I'm sure you could do better if you put your mind to it though, right? Okay, so by the isolation ward. Okay, so let's just stock up on a few things. Let's go and have a look at this weird spirit, and then I'll do some delivering. So they said it was near the isolation ward, so that's where Bridget was at the start of the game, right? So, on a roof near the isolation ward, that's what he said in the email. So is this... that must be the isolation ward, right? Can't see anything. Can we get up there? Can't see anything. That is a bit disappointing. Okay, well there was an email about the incinerator as well. Okay, here we go. Strange light at the incinerator. Okay, I saw this glowing thing. So we could go there as well, but I mean... I don't know what we need to do to reveal it. If this isn't the isolation mode, then fine. But... Alright guys, what I'll do is I'll cut to anything interesting that happens around here. I'm just going to go and do a bunch of deliveries, maybe check out the incinerator, see if we can build any roads. I don't know if we can build roads in this region, but we'll see. So, what I just wanted to show you, I've experimented with building a little network of zip lines. This one was already here, but I built it across just so I can see how viable this is to get across the mountains back in the central region. And it's super viable. I mean, look, we skip an entire BT area. We'll be able to skip over mule areas. Imagine if the mules hit you with a spear. And 300 meters is a great range. It gets you everywhere pretty quick. So I'm going to try and build a little network going across to... Oh, what was it now? Anyway, it's an area that's pretty much impossible to get to by bike. I've forgotten what the station was called. What was the station called? The wind farm. But I didn't realise you could go up slopes. I was kind of... I wasn't sure whether it said you could go up slopes, but... It's awesome. So I'm going to make a bunch of deliveries to the wind farm now, because that's only on like 1 star, so... I'll show you my network of zip lines when I get there. We're building zip lines everywhere in the eastern region, and I found the musician, it seems. Don't know who this, if this is going to be another celebrity cameo. I am unsure. Let's see if we can. Not sure this is a great way to. Yeah, these look like steps. I've built a zipline network that gets me over to the wind farm pretty comfortably. I built more than I needed to, but more zip lines than I needed to. But we're not going to need much more bandwidth in that area. How deep is this? Not deep at all. Can we climb up the other side though? Nice. So we've only got the Ludens fan and the distro. Oh no, we got 3. I think we got 3 of them up to 5 stars, which means still got the wind farm, Central Knot, Port Knot, and this guy. Okay, so we've got a retrieval mission we can do. That's a little annoying because I wanted to build a zip line here. Never mind. I will get this for you, friend. How are we gonna get? Oh, they're both larges. X. Who could it be? What musician likes Metal Gear Solid? I wonder who this could be. I really don't know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay, Mr. Musician. Please don't be like Peter Engler and we're not going to get to meet you.
Delivering cargo.
Oh shit. You sent Bridges? For real? Oh fuck me. What am I gonna do with all this?
Mind your language, sir.
I have, but still. The network's been working out pretty good for me, so... Okay, let's do it. Sign me up for the UCA, or whatever.
Sounds like he's from California. that supposed to be someone I recognise? I mean...
So this is it, huh? Don't really feel any different. I guess I'm part of something bigger now. Well, I should get back to searching for some new shit to listen to. Always something good out there. Hey, Sam. You the musical type? Got a harmonica here with your name on it.
Nice.
The traveling man's instrument. You can play it any way you like. Go on, take it. Let your soul sing.
Okay.
Seriously though, it's an honor. Sam Bridges. Damn.
Damn.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Harmonica. Oh, when resting.
Hello.
Peace, brother.
Keep on keeping on.
Okay, let's give this a little toot. Is that the national? Is that the American national anthem? I think it was. I think that was Stars and Stripes, wasn't it? Okay, so I'll be able to build a zip line for this place. Okay, guys. So I'm at the incinerator. Took a lot longer than I wanted it to, but I've 5-starred everyone in the eastern region, and it's a little annoying because I've not really got anything for it. There were no rewards like special things that we got, like the chiral boots, the chiral cover for the backpack, any sort of equipment upgrades like the bowler gun upgrades or anything, grenade upgrades that we got from all the other people in the central region. Just nothing. Just absolutely nothing. So yeah, as you can see, Port Knot City, 5 stars. The wind farm took quite a while to get for some reason. He went up quite slowly, but yeah, everyone's 5 stars. Found the musician, obviously, that I showed you, 5 stars. And I built a whole network of zip lines, but nothing. And I've just had to just scrape my way past this BT infested incinerator. And I don't know where this glowing thing is. I mean, there's ladders there, so obviously we can get to the other side. Maybe it's end game content, I don't know. I'm just going to have a little look around here for this car, this spirit. I mean, do we have to climb over somehow? Because we're going to have to go back out by the BTs are. I used all my grenades because this... I'm guessing that this area was designed to be where you have to encounter BTs. And all the BTs just come at you. Oh, can we fabricate? Absolutely not. So I don't know where this glow is going to be. Maybe we can climb up onto the roof. They can't come in here, right? Because I've got no grenades left. All I've got is the bowler gun. Which I haven't used. Tried against BTs actually, so... Come on, Beebs. So if this ends up amounting to nothing, guys, I'll just cut back to South Knot City and meeting Mama, because yeah, it's been pretty fruitless. I mean, all it's allowed me to do is get a bit more experience building the zip lines and sort of the angles to place, and I used a lot of other players' ones as well. So yeah, if I stay with this, then that means I found one of these glowing things. Right guys, we're here at Mama's lab after a slightly disappointing trip back to the eastern region. Couldn't find any glowing things, but we've got our bike here ready to transport Mama over. I'm guessing that's what it's going to be. I could be very wrong. Let's just see what's going to happen. Don't know how she's going to separate herself from her baby. Are we going to have to take both, and it's going to be some sort of weird journey?
Hey, Sam. Thanks for coming back. Got something for you. These are your new cufflinks. They still work as a terminal, but I've added a weapon function. I was able to redesign everything from the ground up after the last connection.
And they're weapons too now.
That's right. Cord cutters. I should explain. BTs are connected to the other side via umbilical cords, right? When those cords bring the matter of our world into contact with the antimatter of theirs, boom. Void out. But, just as Deadman theorized, your blood does have unique properties. It can be used to cut a BT's cord. So, I've added that function. Cut the cord of the BT, and it returns to the world of the dead. No BT, no void out. Win-win.
These things can cut them loose.
If you can get close enough without them noticing, yes.
Cord snipping, super handcuffs.
Right. Let's try them out. Cut the cord connecting us. She's sound asleep. Made sure she got plenty of milk. Just do it. Please, Sam. Set us free. This world was never hers, but all the same, I didn't want her to leave it. Even though she's already lost. Truth is, she's not really my daughter.
The attack and everything, that was all a lie?
No, that part was true. My ovaries can't produce eggs, and Lockne has trouble with her uterus. Long story short, neither of us can have children. I was alright with it. I mean, children, who needs them, I thought. But my sister thought differently. Lockne wanted a child. someone to carry her genes. She fell in love with another member of Bridges, but he died in an accident. She was devastated, of course, as was I. Back then, strong emotions like that, I could feel hers, and she could feel mine. When I sensed her desire to join him, to end it, I went to her and said, let's have a baby. We took one of Lockne's eggs and fertilized it with his frozen sperm. And I carried it to term. A healthy baby grew inside me. But then there was the attack. And our bond was severed. I wanted to tell her, but I was bound to the child. I couldn't just abandon her. But I was wrong. Lockne needs to know. You have to break some ties to forge others. Can't be tied to everything. If we're going to reconnect the world, I need to reconnect with my sister first. So please, Sam. Do it.
I don't want to do this. Guess there's no alternative, right?
Sam. Take me home to Lockne. Sam, would you sit me up? I haven't been outside in a long time. It's just too much to take in all at once.
You sure? Thought you might be claustrophobic after your time in the rubble.
I'll be fine, so long as I can see out of the bag. The warmth of the light, the touch of the wind, the scent of the world. Lucky you. The two of you are still connected. Okay, Sam. Let's go.
I'm really worried that she's not going to survive the journey. Because I was worried that there was some sort of genuine connection with her and her BT baby. Oh man. Really, really want to apologise for not taking off the silly hat and glasses for a cutscene like that. That's really annoyed me. But I guess she was aware of the kind of inevitability of their situation. But what I don't know is did Lockne know that she was holed up in here? Sorry, Mama. Oh, that was funny.
Well,
There we go. Yeah, just did Lockne know? Oh, are you serious?
I had a special surprise prepped and everything. But it looks to me like your hands are full. No
What's wrong with his eyes?
We can always tweak the rules a bit.
get ready, Sam. It's coming.
Oh, that's new.
He looks hungry. All you gotta do to make it out alive is not get eaten. Sound like fun? Of course it does.
So we gotta run, right? Not fight.
Run, Sam, run!
Which way? Where's the speed skeleton? Oh! No, leave me alone! Oh god. Quickly. Yeah, you can't do damage to him. Oh.
You're in the BT area.
Right, well, where's my bike? Oh, will the boss respawn? Don't respawn him. I just want to go and get my bike, please. It's really jarring to have that after such an emotional scene with Mama there. Yeah, really emotional. Is my bike on top of that roof? Oh, this isn't fair, man. Oh. Screw you guys, man. I'll just take Gears War. I'll take your bike, sir.
Alright, time to move.
Okay, this should be a pretty straightforward, not to get to Mountain Knot, but to get most of the way there. Yeah, Higgs just randomly showing up. I mean, he's toying with us. He really is toying with us, isn't he? Try to drive carefully, Mama. Mama just doesn't sound right in my accent at all. Oh, I didn't pick my bowler gun up, did I? I could pick one up from the Craftsman, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll pick one up with the Craftsman when we go past. Yeah, really emotional. I mean, it's obviously just probably something she knew had to happen, right? Like, it was her baby, but at the same time it's a BT, and just an all-around horrible situation for her that there was no happy ending to. She either stays locked in that room forever, looking after a baby that never grows up, that will never know her really.
Still hear the crack before it all came tumbling down. I've been scared to death of bridges ever since.
I wonder if anyone's watching.
Yeah. I know how that must sound considering our employer. I'm scared of the dark too. Don't sleep anymore. Can't.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges on.
Sorry. Yeah, I have to admit, oh. Sorry, Elder. Higgs, I find Higgs a little bland. Well, he just... I wish they could add some depth to him. They might reveal some depth to him. You know, character depth about who he is as a person later on, but I feel like we should get just a trickle of it. Kind of like we're getting with Bunga. Because there's no real reason to hate Higgs. Or just it's kind of just like a mule at the minute, right? It's just an annoyance. To me at least.
Okay, there you go, Speed Demon.
Because I don't know who he is, what he stands for, what he's like as a person, anything like that. He just kind of feels like evil guy, like sadistic evil guy at the minute, which is yeah, it's just a little nothing really. I'm struggling to muster any feelings towards him, but like I said, maybe they'll develop it, but it's starting to feel like it's going to be a bit too late. Yeah. I hope they do develop him a bit better than they have done so far. To be honest, I'm not sure, because what it's making it feel like is that Troy Baker can't really... I don't know whether he feels a little bit out of place amongst such great actors, because it feels like they've kind of dealt him a bad hand, because his character doesn't have much depth compared to all these other characters. I mean, every other character in the game has a lot of depth to their backstory, except for Higgs, and he's the only kind of video game actor, dedicated video game voice actor in the game. And I think they're kind of doing him a bit of a disservice, because I think we all know he has, you know, great range, great variety and depth in his ability as a voice actor. But I don't think they're really giving him the chance to show that here. He's just kind of playing an unhinged villain. That, yeah. Okay, I'll do that whenever I'm near one. But yeah, these are the roads that I built, obviously. I've got roads going all the way to the, I've forgotten what it's called, but the place that's the distro centre north of Mountain Knot City anyway. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm still thinking I'll take the bike a certain amount of the way, but obviously we've got that mule camp to avoid, which should be tricky. One thing I was thinking is I could try and go off the grid and just follow the pavers. If I follow the pavers, which is where the road would have been, that might avoid most of the mule areas, but it might not be. I might not be able to pass it on the bike. I'm unsure. This journey would have been awful without the roads, dude. Don't know how I would have got there. I've exhausted most of my supplies. I think I've got enough to maybe fill in 2 or 3 more pavers, but not much more after that, and there will be quite a lot to make after this. I've no idea how long this episode is, because I've jumped around so much and I haven't stuck it into edit just yet. So I've no idea where we're at. I'm gonna guess I'm at somewhere around the 30-minute mark, 40 minute mark. But yeah, it's that Sam is so kind of stoic, and he doesn't open up much about his past, does he? So it does feel like there's a bit of a big secret in his past to do with that photo that I mentioned earlier, you know, with the pregnant woman in, whether it was his wife or partner, I don't know. There's just feels like he's got something left to reveal. And I still feel I'm still kind of annoyed that I let him have the hat and glasses on in that cutscene. Sorry if that ruined it. I hate stuff like that. So this road just touches the mule camp. Look at that view. Sweeping marshes with the mountains. So if we're in the kind of North Central America part here, is this kind of, will this be around Minnesota or like the Canadian border? Perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't remember how to view the health of the bike. How do I view the health of the bike? I can't remember. Because I think if the bike was left when that BT came around, it might have had a lot of damage done to it. We can repair it here, I think. And this would make you feel so sick going backwards on a bike at full speed. Alright, so I'm just gonna sit the bike in the garage just for a moment, just to repair it. I think I built one extra road. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, the road goes to here, but there are some marshes here. Obviously, we don't have the perimeter of the mule camp just yet, because I think so yeah, we don't have this area revealed to us just yet. So I think that we just try and find the pavers and follow them, and then obviously the bike is going to get a little bit dicey around the river area. I mean, I had enough trouble traversing that on foot, let alone on a bike, so we might have to abandon the bike at some point. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to follow the road and just look out for the pavers. Use the Odra deck to find each paver. You can see that one. Hopefully this should be a relatively peaceful journey. Okay, that is pretty deep. And I believe there was a player, yeah, here we've got some generators here by this paver. So I think the pavers will come maybe around here. That should avoid the mule camp. We'll get a cheeky charge off this generator. Can't see that. Oh, there's the next one. That's going right near the mule camp though. Oh no, it's not. It will be fine. Don't know if we're going to be able to cross though. This looks mighty deep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. As usual, my spidey sense about the water is completely wrong every time. So there's one paver. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, we're gonna need to cross again. I'm not dealing with mules, man. I forgot to re-equip the armor as well. I mean, are they going to be fussed about live cargo? Man, their area is huge. He just drove straight into a rock. What an idiot. Yeah, let's just stick to the perimeter. Let's just stick to the perimeter, dude. Don't want nothing to do. Don't want nothing. I don't want anything to do with. Oh, they're in their post box. I've accidentally discovered a prepper by any chance? No. I mean, some of these areas are pretty big, aren't they? Don't know. So basically, the first prepper. I'm guessing this is another smaller prepper. This one too. Mountain, not cities. This is pretty big. This is the doctor's area. There's Hartman's. This will be a prepper. I think these two, or these three, might be bigger ones, like more like distros. Okay. Reasonably deep. What? Hey, I'm outside your territory, boys. Leave it out. Stamina decreased. Okay, so we cross this water and we kind of head towards that paver. Always check. I think that's the generator just ahead. Some of these wider ones aren't actually that deep, but this might be an exception. don't know why the mule territory border doesn't show up. It must be because it I've kind of marked it out by accident with my footsteps. Must be because it spreads over multiple zones and we don't have the network. So let's just hope that this generator and stuff is outside of their territory. This looks deep, it's really deep though. Hey, tall neck! Beautiful. Sneaky charge on there. That should be a pretty straight shot. Do you need some container repair spray, Mama? No? Okay. I mean, that can't be the best way to go, can it? No, I think we've got to go a similar route to the way we originally went. I think we just might need to cross and come on the wider side here. Yeah, let's do that, if we can. Let's go back to where we originally came across. That was here, right? Sorry, babes. Okay, let's hope we don't have to deal with any BTs, because we're going to have to abandon the bike, if that's the case. I can already see them. Alright, alright. Right, let's we're gonna have to abandon the bike. Abandon the bike, get the power skeleton on, because we're struggling a bit here. That's gonna take ages. I suppose we're gonna, I'm just gonna cut cords. Cut as many cords as possible. Sick of these BTs. I imagine that's the point of this, of having to get past here. Right, are there cords anywhere? Calm down, babes. I'm gonna cut the cord. I could see the cord, it was going past us. Okay. Cord's disappeared apparently. Oh, are you serious? What have I just dropped? The bowler gun. Alright, we're gonna drop the PCC, attach the speed skeleton to the suit, and then the bowler gun will fit on. We don't need the PCC. Come on, I just need to cut. Sack it. Okay, I haven't got many hematics. Let's not make a habit of this. Okay, it's pretty close. Can we cut that cord? I thought that was a prompt to cut the cord, but it was some cargo. How do we cut the cords then? Did I miss a... Let's just have a look at the tip, because I was driving pretty fast. Sound controls, stamina... Terrorist BTs, cutting a BTs and when near a BT, cut right. BTs with umbilical cords can be sent to the land of the dead by sneaking up on them and using the cord cutters. So I think we just have to get like absurdly close, right? So let's just top our stamina off, hold our breath. Look, there's the cord, dude. Cut the cord. Okay, that's how that works. So I didn't realise that when you hold your breath you can't see the BTs. Interesting. Let's keep moving, let's keep moving. They're a ways away. Should be alright. Let's hope I don't drop Mama in the stream like I did all that cargo last time. Oh, that'll be bad, that'll be bad. I think it'll be an insta-fail, the quest will just end if that happens. I didn't bring any ladders or anything, did I? There's going to be no easy way across the stream. Let's just stick to the west side of the stream for now. Oh, we made it, Mama.
Clear.
She's got such a silky voice, hasn't she? Like, it's almost like a nasally voice, but it's not though, is it? It's like, yeah. Almost kind of like she's stoned a little bit all the time, but in a good way. Well, that is good, but you know what I mean. I've no idea how long this episode is. I have no idea at all. One of my cheeks looks very red. I have no idea why. Oh, let's change me boots. I need to go do some quests for the chiral artist's mother so I can get some deliveries even, so that I can get some fresh boots. So the pavers are going straight up that way, aren't they? Maybe that's an idea, to try going that way instead of going the way we went last time, right? So, yeah, the way... Wait, what? The way we went last time, yeah, we went that way, so maybe I'll try and cross here and follow the pavers. Maybe the paver's there though. Maybe the paver does go. Yeah, let's try and follow the... If I can manage to cross, which doesn't look too likely at the moment. No. I wonder if you can use the floating carriers to, like, surf downstream.
Hey,
That'd be
Sam.
awesome.
Do you remember your own birth?
No. Why would he?
I remember being inside the womb. I wasn't alone. I could hear my mother's heartbeat. Hers and Lockne's. We were conjoined twins.
Oh, conjoined.
One and the same before we were born. But then they tried to separate us with surgery. The operation was successful. We were still one. We knew each other's thoughts without saying a word. My joy was her joy. Her pain was my pain. And no distance was too great for us to overcome. Some might call it a kind of telepathy. Divided in body, joined in spirit. We had each just for us. One we shared. Our own private chiral network, you might say. With Cupids, we can build one that will let everyone share what Lockne and I have. I saw it all laid out before me after I signed up for Bridges. A network that could unite everyone, no matter how scattered or different. That would make us whole. It wouldn't be about bringing people into line. It would be about bringing them into the fold. They would share alike. I knew it could change the world. With Amelie's help, we finalized the Cupid design. But after the attack and the birth, everything changed. For the first time in my life, Lockne wasn't there. But I'm not alone anymore. I can feel her again. She's close. Thank you, Sam. I feel whole again. I'm only 6. Me and you. Sorry, love.
So I guess once she realised she'd be able to go and see Lockne, maybe that was the main reason her and her baby, she was keeping it for so long, because she felt like it was the only connection she had to her sister after she lost that connection. I have no idea how to get across, guys. No idea. I have a feeling this is where I fell off last time, isn't it? See, why is there that tiny patch of red? Oh no. I think I've got to risk it. Oh, we made it. There's just one red dot, I think. I think if you just move quick enough, you got past it. Oh. Not bad. Right, let's try going this way this time. Or is that the way I went last time? Slightly different. We need a nice stock of these to build the pavers. So, oh, more black strands, dude. All right, nearly there, mama. This episode's going to be long, I have a feeling. No, it might not be that long. I have no idea. We'll get Mama to Lockne's. We'll see what happens when they reunite. Hopefully Higgs doesn't show his cheesy self up again. Doesn't show up again even. Okay, so maybe this route is the easier way to traverse, but it's got black strands. They look pretty. It's very the depth perception for the black strands is always a little strange. I can never tell whether they're close or far. They always kind of have the same texture to them, so maybe that was the point. Can't believe my bike ended up on the top of that timefall shelter. That's just that's just sod's law, isn't it? I ended up picking one that had the extra battery life on it anyway, so it's all for the best. I'm still gonna have to find a way out of here though, aren't I? Because I don't have the materials for the pavers, and I'm gonna have to go back down, or go back across. Because if we look on the map, yeah, like if I was gonna try and build a network across of zip lines across the mountains, we need several of these areas to be active. It's not just the mountain, not city area. We'd need this area, this area, this area to get to the Timefall farm, which is the easiest way back to South Knot City in the road network. So realistically, I could do it just with the Mountain Knot City region and this sort of backwards F-shaped region. Or, I don't know what you call it, Pez Dispenser Elvis. Yeah? If that makes sense. Alright, we're here. I think we got it pretty smooth. We avoided the mules, we learned how to cut the cords of the BTs, wasted a few grenades, but didn't fall in the river, didn't drown Mama. It's all good. And I've got rid of the stupid hat and glasses for the cutscene, because there's blatantly going to be a cutscene here. I just wonder if Lockne's going to hold it against her for cutting the cords with the baby BT. If Lockne is upset with that, I think that could push Mama over the edge, which she'd be very worried about sort of mental fortitude if Lockne, you know, doesn't have her arms open for her here. Okay. Okay, Lockne. Not Higgs, please. Is she awake? What?
Malingen, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. It's good to hear your voice again. I shouldn't have kept you in the dark. Tried to save her. I couldn't. You don't have to say it anymore. Lockne, you need to fix his Cupid. I couldn't save our child, but you can save our world. Only you. I love you. You hear me? Forever. And always. Now, make the world whole, okay? Just like you make me.
What?
All that she went through, I had no idea. I thought she'd severed our bond on purpose, that she stole our child and ran. I fixed your Cupid like she asked. The limiter should be functioning properly now. There is one thing. Before I sat down to work, I took a long, hard look at the code. I'm pretty sure someone's tweaked it. Either that, or my memory's going to pieces.
Someone rewrote your code?
Rewrote might be overstating it. Let's just say it wasn't the latest version I released. And yet, because of it, I was finally reunited with Malingen. Could be we found our culprit already.
Tell me she's still
She
alive.
died beneath the rubble, with our child still inside her. Her Ka passed over to the other side, but her Ha remained, bound to our dead daughter. She knew all of this, of course. That's why she kept one cuff loose. Didn't want anyone seeing her vitals. Shame she couldn't use her favorite invention. She did all that to keep me and our daughter safe.
So my original thoughts about her connection to the baby BT were correct, that they were holding each other in this world. So she was essentially an empty vessel then. Ha without a car. Body without a soul. Got a lot of new interview data to read. Following backpack customization features, stabilizer. I can already see the zipline network other people will have built.
Sis? I can hear you. We're whole again. We're one. before in the womb, remember? Malingen. Lockne.
Well done, Sam.
Dude, can we just enjoy the moment?
Thanks to you, Edge-Knot City is finally within reach.
Oh, great.
And you, Lockne. Your work will help ensure that the chiral network remains online. Together, we might just make it all the way west. Now then, Sam, there's something else you ought to know. We've been studying the data from when you claim you encountered those soldiers. We had audio, which doesn't paint a complete picture on its own, but the languages, the names, and terms we picked out, the munitions we could identify, everything seems to indicate that you were on a battlefield over 100 years ago. World War I, to be precise. It wasn't a dream. Wasn't a hallucination. Maybe you were spirited away to another dimension or something. And given the time discrepancies, maybe you were sent to a beach.
Yeah.
Can't say anything for certain. That said, I've never heard of a beach turned into a battlefield. But beaches are shaped by the will of the people who inhabit them. Perhaps Hartman can offer a more rational explanation. Beaches are his specialty. Unfortunately, he's still outside the chiral network. Anyway, get some rest. No use dwelling on questions we can't answer yet.
I did go to his house. I mean, you know, I could have connected him there and then. Oh. So, I suppose the notion... Oh, let's just see if I'm going to get
Morning, Sam.
another
Blood
talking to by
collection
Die
completed.
Hartman.
Thank you for your generosity.
So, I suppose that the... Stop making weird faces, right. The idea would be then that because they were conjoined twins... Yeah, just chill out, man. The idea would be then that as conjoined twins, they maybe had one car, one soul between them, and that when they were split, they didn't become two different souls, two different cars. They just became one car split in half. And now, after Mama's kind of died, her car has not disappeared. It's reunited with Lockne, so now they're now one person, symbolized by. I mean, it's a bit clumsily done doing it was obvious enough, but they didn't have to do it. But the eyes being each eye being a different color, and they're going to maybe alternate between voices. I don't know if it's like a permanent thing or if it was just like a fleeting moment before she left permanently, but I'm guessing it's a permanent thing. Yeah. I mean, I did say I know it was still I still didn't want her to die, but I did say, you know, I did say I didn't think she'd survive the journey. It didn't seem likely. All right, guys, I'm just gonna have to leave that one there. I just went into the next kind of big cutscene bit, so I'll save that next chapter's beginning bit for the next episode. So yeah, really emotional sort of story of Mama and Malingen and Lockne, and I guess it's kind of a happy ending if Malingen is in fact now permanently part of Lockne, if they are one person now, if it wasn't just a fleeting moment of them being back together. I think it is a permanent thing, because the eye color, the eyes being each being a different color, I think was you know, a kind of obvious way of symbolizing it. So a kind of a nice way of ending it, really. So not ending it, but of, you know, of ending Malingen's isolation. So hope you enjoyed it, guys. Leave me a thumbs up if you did, and just remember, everybody, never trust an on crate. Right, I'll see you next time.